Alright, so we are gonna chop some wood here. We got almond wood, pretty regular core wood. Gonna chop it down. 4-inch, 5-inch pieces are pretty good.
We're going to cut up this redwood in little pieces to build our log cabin out of. This split's really easy. So we got almond for our hardwood. This is harder to split, but burns a lot longer.
Okay, we've got our 2 wood bins here. We've got this one full of almond, and this one full of redwood. So these are kindling pieces. They're a lot smaller, skinnier for making little log cabins. Our heavy duty firewood is just a little bit bigger. We fill up each of these bins on our local firewood place for about 10 bucks each. And that'll last us 3 or 4 months or so. These 2 bins, that got us through the cold season, so getting into the summer now will probably last us a little bit longer. Alright, so we are starting a fire in our Kimberly stove. We've got a little fire starter in the center there. We've got some log cabin action with some little bitty tiny redwood kindling. We're here. Our little house, little yellow. I've got my boyfriend Zach. And our dog Lobster. Wake up. Hi.
Kimberly's going pretty good now, so we'll shut the door. We got a dirt fire starter in there, surrounded by a log cabin of redwood. It's a pretty good base for fire. Our Kimberly's got a slate hearth pad that I drilled some holes in, cut in a circle. One of the holes is for this air intake down here. It pulls air in from outside instead of sucking it out of the room.
Very important in a tiny space.
We painted the flue black, high temperature paint. Made that little adapter up there. This is so the flue goes through the ceiling. On one side of it is our rafter, and the other side is the ridge of our standing seam, so we didn't have a lot of room to put anything else up there. The top of our Kimberly has the bottom of a Wagner cast iron skillet, which is a pretty good Kirk surface. And that's about it. It's a great stove. Alright, our glass is getting pretty clear now because that wood's burning off. It's time to add more fuel. We're going to throw in some more of this almond. And that's it. We just fill her up. Once the glass is clear again, we'll damp it down and it'll burn for a couple hours.
Okay, so all the soot has burned off of the window now and it's completely clear. So we are ready to turn it down. We usually put it at about 1/4, but you can go all the way down actually. You can make it go all the way down to close. And you can see up there in the top half of the stove, that's the secondary combustion going on. It's that crazy swirly flame up there. And there's little oxygen tubes that take it up there. And there's a whole secondary combustion happening up here in this chamber, which means that it burns up a lot of the nasty soot and smoke before it gets to the chimney, which is why it's able to burn really clean and almost smokeless. So I'm pretty sure EPA certification is 7.5 or less, and this one has about 3.5, so it's super clean burning, really nice, small, efficient stove. And it's lobster proofed.
How about the clearances?
So clearances on this are pretty small. Certified wise, in terms of the actual EPA certification, you have 6 inches on the sides. You need more than that in the front. Because it's all made out of stainless, the sides don't crank out too much heat, but the front and the top both crank out most of it, which is why we're able to have got about 4 inches clearance back there. Talking about a tiny house, we're not so much concerned about the complying with the codes, just wanted to make sure we're safe, and she's been going for a little while there. It's only barely warm back there, so we're not too worried about anything being combustible in that case. So pretty neat stove here. That 3-inch pellet pipe that she's got there is a really nice thing to have. Really nice in a small space, because you don't have to cut as big of a hole through your chimney, and also you don't have to have as much clearances around it. It's a double wall, it's an insulated pellet stove pipe, and she's certified to use that. As far as I know, I think it might be the only stove that's certified, or wood burning stove that's certified to use that small of the pellet stove pipe. Pretty cool. So you got your outside air intake, got your secondary combustion, which makes not very much smoke. You got your pretty small pipe there and a cooking place on top. Great little stove here. It's the Kimberly stove from Unforgettable Fire.